Welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hey guys, it's Kasiaa from Tolee Dezigns, and I am back for another video. I have been away for a few days. I've had other things that I had to accomplish, and so I took a little bit of a break. But hopefully I left you with enough content to keep you guys happy and keep you creating. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and thank all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for the wonderful comments that you have left me. I really appreciate it, and I am so glad that you're learning something from my channel, that you're being inspired from my channel, and that you leave with a sense of creativity. So go let it flow. All right, so today my project is going to be a little bit different. I am just going to be doing what is called experimental beading. So that simply means that I'm going to be taking these beads that I have here, maybe adding other beads in later. But what I'm going to start off with today is the crackle stone heart, which I think is very, very beautiful. I am going to start off with the beautiful rhinestone here, the beautiful yellow wood bead, and gunmetal. Lastly, I'm going to use these cocoa chips right here, and we're going to just see what we're going to create. So I'm not going to prolong. I'm just going to get started with the video. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to actually wire wrap this crackle stone right here. I'm just going to make something out of it. Oh, actually I have a pre-cut. So I'm going to use this pre-cut wire here. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and use my round nose plier. And I'm going to go ahead and form my loop at the bottom. I always leave enough room in case I want to hang something off of it. Never know. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stick it through here, as you can see. Then what I'm going to do at the bottom, I am going to straighten this out a little bit. Then we're going to pull it back in that way. Wonderful. So now, I have an option of leaving this blank, or I have an option of putting a bead on here. And I think I'm going to put some random bead here, only because the depth of this bead right here, I don't like the curvature. It's hard to wire wrap around here. So what I'm going to do is find a bead, which I do believe I have one in mind right here over on the side. All right, I'm going to use this little random bead. If the hole will fit, there it is. All right. Remember, I always told you it doesn't matter how small the bead is. You just have to make sure that it fits. The hole is large enough to fit the wire. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start that off just like that. Now I'm going to add that on top of it. Okay. And that's because, hey, I am experimenting. And again, what do I say all the time? If you don't like it, you can take it apart. Correct? Yes, that is very, very, very true. Okay. So I'm going to find another bead. Now, again, I may change my mind and say, nah, I don't really like the way this is going. And I probably don't. So I'm honest with myself. I'm going to switch this out for a bigger bead. All right, there we are. Yes. Okay. So now I have this already here. I'm going to go ahead and form that loop. I don't really need to pin it too long, actually, because I can always hang something off of it and do it a little embellishment that way. Okay. Now, guys, this project may take a little bit longer. So what I may do is in the middle of the video, I may cut it off and come back with the finished version of what I was making. We will see, depending on how long it takes me to do what I'm doing, okay? Now, if you don't mind watching the whole video out, you go ahead and do that. I always like to give my viewers an option. All right, so we're done with this. Now, I'm going to place a jump ring and I always like to open these bigger jump rings with my crimp tool and either my flat or round nose or this plier here. Okay, right there we are. We have started our pendant. Right, so we have that done here. So now I have also another pre-cut wire, and I'm going to go ahead and finish this out. I'm going to go ahead and place that. But before I do that, I do see that my jump ring is still a little bit slightly open. So I'm just going to, there we go. There we are. Close it a bit. Okay. Now, we've already gotten started with the beautiful pendant here, right? Okay. So now I'm going to start adding some of these chip beads on there. Okay. I love these. Gives it a little bit of a flair. Now this is a very wild color, I must say. Yellow and turquoise. It is a beautiful color together, and look at here, as you can see, it's starting to create something beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit more on there, only because I want to get it to the fullest look I can get it. And really, guys, I don't know what I want this to be yet. I'm just filling everything out, and I'm looking at it as I go along. And sometimes you do that in a project. You really don't know what it is that you're designing at the time, but you know that you have an idea of something, okay? Now, I'm going to add maybe 1 or 2 more on here, and then I'm going to be done with that. And then I'm going to start adding my bigger beads on now. Okay. Oh, that's starting to be something right there. So now I'm going to add the gunmetal on there, because I just want to see how it would look. And you don't know how anything is going to work out or look if you don't try, right? Why not? Okay. Again, you can take it apart, guys. Okay. Now, I don't particularly like that there, so I'm going to take that off. I do think that something else should go there, okay? So, I am going to go ahead and start beading on these beautiful yellow wood beads, and we're going to see how that works out. See if it gives me that look I'm looking for. Sort of, kind of. It's getting there. Okay. Now, I now have an option to add on these. And we're going to see. I'm going to see how it looks, or if it fits on the wire. That's the most important thing. We want to make sure it fits on the wire. Always want that. So far it does fit on the wire. But again, do I like the way I'm building out the necklace? I don't know yet. Because sometimes you look at a necklace, you're like, okay, I like it, but there's something missing. Okay? Now, that's not looking too bad. But that doesn't mean I want to keep it that way. As you can see, I don't like the little space in between. In order to fix that, I'm going to add another bead to it. And I have some other beads on the side over here that I want to add. And let's see. And a few of those. You're going to see those in just a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Then I have other spacer beads as well. So again, I'm just going to add everything I can to my project because I'm looking for something dynamic. Okay, so I like that. Okay, so now we've added that little bead there. Now, as I am beading this, you guys can always tell me, hey, I would have did this a different way. We all have different ideas, you know, and we share them so that we can be inspired by one another, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, so now if I wanted to go back and add the gunmetal in there, I could, because it'll offset it really nicely, but I don't think I want to do that just yet. So I'm going to keep building this out. And again, I'm going to go and put on these hearts back on, and I'm going to see how it looks now that I've added that little bead there. And listen, guys, this is experimental, and this is what I talk to you guys about a lot. You know, just experiment. It doesn't mean you have to keep the jewelry the way that you made it. Just experiment so that you can see the different patterns, how they look, whether, you know, that's something that you want to stay with, you know. All right, so I'm going to go ahead with this pattern. Now I'm going to add another one of these. And this time I'm going to add that beautiful rhinestone to it. And here you are. Okay. Don't worry about the spaces so much in the necklace, although you want to make sure it's not too spacey. But don't worry about it. So I'm going to go ahead and add on another one of these. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add these to the top. This is how it's looking so far. That's not too bad, actually. All right, we're going to go ahead and add some more of these on there. Now, I'm thinking that I really don't want to go any further with the hearts per se. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this out with these beads right here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to add another one. And then I'm going to go put that rhinestone on there. I'm going to add another one to this side. I'm going to do the same thing. There we are. That's kind of cute. It's different. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish it. And actually, it didn't take as long as I thought because, you know, I'm actually liking the pattern that I'm forming. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to keep this necklace. It's just to show you that when you have leftover beads or beads you haven't used before, and you sit here and you think about a pattern and you start just doing something. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. We stifle our creativity by worrying too much. You know, we worry about, oh, is it gonna look right, or, you know, I don't know. And you know, creativity is always about expressing an art. It's about expressing your art. And whatever that art looks like, that's what you're expressing. And someone out there is going to appreciate your art. Now, actually, I am actually done. I don't need to add any more of these beads on here. I'm looking at it. I already see the length. And the length is long enough for my taste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find an ending bead and I'm going to end it. I'm going to decide what bead I want to end it with. And it doesn't have to be the same color. It could be a black bead. It could be a smaller. Gold bead if you have it. The end bead doesn't really matter so much. Maybe some people believe it does, but I don't. Okay, so this is not going to be big enough. So hold on, I have to grab another stash, guys. And we're going to see what we're going to put at the end. And I do have something in mind that I can use. Always have another round in the bush somewhere, okay? You really have to have them. Okay, here we go. I'm going to add those to them. Okay, we are done. I actually thought this project would have taken a little bit longer, only because I didn't have any plans on how I wanted to make the necklace. So, not bad. And see, that's what happens when you just go ahead and create and without, you know, saying, oh, that's not going to look right together, or whatever it is that you have preconceived in your mind. Get those preconceived notions out of your mind and just create. You'll love it, and the people that you make it for will love it. And if they don't, and if you don't, revamp. I'm going to take a couple of necklaces that I made maybe several months ago, and I'm going to start revamping them. All right, so we're going to do that. Now we're going to pull this side together. I'm going to do the same thing. And guys, I already told you I never finish off one side because I always want to have enough room in case I need to pull it on the other side, or in case I just need to unravel the wire for whatever reason. Then I don't have to do so much work. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it some more, and keep wrapping. Just keep wrapping. Gonna wrap it. Now you could either cut it off here or you can continue to wrap. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it all the way around. Then I'm going to do this side too. Okay. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and clip this wire off. Remember, always cover your wire. We are done with this project. I will take a picture to show you the final product. Really cute, really simple. Didn't take long at all. But again, it's not about rushing or getting to the finish line first. It's really about how you feel when you get to that finish line, you know? That's how you feel, okay? Alrighty. And what I'm doing is I am closing off the wire so no one hurts themselves or anything like that, okay? All right, we are done. I'm just going to push this in a little bit. There we go. this side. And we're done. Voila. Very, very simple project. I didn't overthink it. And we'll see how well it does, because somebody will like this creativity. And again, if it doesn't, we start all over. And there's nothing wrong with starting all over. Start from scratch. This is the end project. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next video.